However, though, they do have the barrels available to them, and so they're going to be able to get their shield up to a relatively decent point. Oh my goodness.
Oh.
Benji Fishy, you are not a nice person whatsoever. You have just potentially just crushed the dreams of Acorn and Jack fans all across NA right now as he connects with another sniper shot onto these guys. Acorn is going to be able to get himself up and reset the fight a bit. I'm interested to see that Benji is relatively alone. Zay trying to come in from a different angle, but
something's bound to happen. Either the zone starts closing in and they have to move, or somebody gets a big tag allowing them to engage into this battle.
Well, yeah, this is exactly what I said I want to see from Acorn and Jack. I want to see them have a bit, show a bit of courage, right? Show that you can fight through adversity, as they are going to be slipping and sliding across the low ground here in Slurpee. Don't want to get stuck, don't want to slip. However, at the moment in time, it looks like Zay and Benji are just going to continue to keep things slow. I think what we're seeing from Zay and Benji is like they are just comfortable and they are fine, right? I believe, zone isn't too bad, so they're just going to chill, and I think they're going to wait to play it out slowly.
Absolutely. Meanwhile, Booga here with Jamper looking for anything or any tags they can get, just like Benji and Zay. This is a similar battle where there's one duo down below, they're boxed up, and it's dangerous to apply pressure to those boxes. You could get boxed yourself, get yourself in a risky situation, just like Booga is getting himself into now. Matt gets knocked down, leaving Jamper alone to play in a 1v2 situation. This is not looking good for them. Meanwhile, Acorn and Jack trying to contest the high ground against Benji and Zayt. Will they be able to take it here, though? Zayt gets, or Benji manages to get a nice little shot on Acorn, takes away a bit of shield, but they're going to need more than that to finish this battle.
Yeah, big shots are going to need to come through here, and Acorn is now down to just his little HP as possible. Benji is really giving him a hard time right now. And it's going to be up to Jack to really carry things on his shoulder here, as Benji just continuing to really apply some pressure. Of course, now going to take the time to use that mini shield, but really looking to try to get the edits. Acorn now really trying to force the issue on Zay. And it looks like they both just decided to really get in on Zay, and now it's forced Zay backwards, and now Benji has to come to Zay's rescue, it seems.
Absolutely here. This is not looking too good for Zayt, but also Acorn and Jack are so low here that this battle could be anyone's game. Meanwhile, Nosh and Keys are hearing this action. They're hearing the shots come through, and that third party can be very dangerous. Benji trying to get a bolt action sniper rifle shot in, but look at this. They're camping. They're crouching there behind the wall, seeing if they could get an angle, but buy car and hopefully find some loot later on. But what happened? Going back to Macwood and Kanata. Now Kanata's in a 1v2 situation where Macwood went down. He does have the shield required to come out on top, but 1v2s are very difficult, especially in the finals. Using splashes here to max himself out quickly because he knows this duo could play aggressive and try and take the 1v2.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult here for Kanata. Macwood goes down, and ultimately it looks like Kanada's going to go down here eventually. I'd like to see him use, do the Levin strat where you just use everything you possibly can, get it all gone so they don't get any of it, right? Use those floppers, use those shields, spend as many mats as possible so they do not profit from you whatsoever. Because look, he has 5 chug splashes, right? And he ultimately goes down, and those 5 chug splashes is going to be so good for these guys, right?
Absolutely, especially talking about that heal game where in these lobbies that can come, be very viable, especially because I think Kanata had floppers. So if they have floppers alongside those splashes, that just take down the high ground by using this rocket launcher. But they have quite a rotate ahead of them here. They have to be careful going close to these boxes, but they actually want to begin a box fight here. Manages to take down one, gets the elimination. I believe it was a solo. Now there's another duo trying to get a part of this action here, but they still have to rotate, Levin. There's still a ways to go.
Yeah, they took out Kaz there. Kaz playing with Fishy. They've had some struggles, and Slacks and Illis have been able to take advantage of that. This is the Hydra team, right? The team that gets the rocket launcher.
Half and half zone just, appeared on the map, and they are on the opposite side. Although there's not a lot of people, in their way, it is going to be hard if the teams inside of zone already start holding them. But I believe Calc's getting ticked. Reverse and Calc are getting ticked by Storm Surge. They have to do something here to apply damage. There is Cease and his duo boxed up close by. They're gonna have to get into a box fight.
Ultimately, I'm really, perplexed as to what's going down here, right? Reverse obviously goes down again. And once again, just like the first game, it leaves, Calc in a compromising situation when he's playing alone. This is now, the second game in a row where, well, not in a row, but the second game out of their 3 games where they're really struggling for Surge. And 2 incredibly experienced players, right? Calc, one of the highest earning NA players in all of the world, right? And then obviously you have Reverse, who just has come off of the back of winning an FNCS. You expect these guys to be able to handle Surge a bit better. Of course, there are, extra difficulties this season, right? Like, a lot of players have been struggling with Surge, which is why we've seen the importance of being able to be effective with a sniper rifle. Calc finally going down there to Jack. Good to see Jack and Acorn still in this game, and picking up elimination there really puts them in a great position moving towards these end games. Half and half out zone is arriving, and we're seeing Illis and Slacks, right? Not necessarily taking the approach we would have thought, right? Where they're not going for high ground, they're not looking to use that RPG to dominate on the height. And we'll see how it works.
Absolutely, but we actually have Knifer and Shades, who did have the high ground, but now are getting themselves into a battle here. Manages to knock one. Pledge is on the ground, though. It is his duo. He's gonna have to help him out here. Now, the duo above has 2 options: to either continue this battle, possibly get the finish in another elimination, or to maintain a high ground, because an other duo could try and take it from them right now, and high ground is what gets you the win there. But Knifer gets eliminated. They get in, they get the finish, but look, just like I said, Tayson and Thomas have taken the high ground from them now because they decided to go for that finish, and if they hold it the whole game, that could be an insane victory.
And Tayson and Thomas, when it comes to EU, seeing them on height is no surprise, and they know how to win games out from this position. And now doing it on NA, right, with no Zay and Benji in the lobby, no Macron in Canada. You can see Tayson there taking Cease out. These guys, they've got their eyes set on that first place, on that victory royale, but they will have to be challenged for it, because you can see Charlie there and Okote going to be contesting him, and Tayson's actually taking a last chunk. Tayson gets knocked now. Tayson actually gets knocked. He goes down, and that's going to leave Thomas all alone. And so in a position where we thought maybe they're going to be able to hold out height and keep it for the rest of the game, they are now pretty much out of the game, or 50% of that team is out of the game. And now we have a new high ground challenger.
Absolutely, and that's Straw Hat Charlie here with his duo trying to get the tags, but they get knocked down. Gonna have to connect to the teams below them. Still managing to control this, but Saf wants to contest them, knocks them down, builds up with metal, and I believe Saf has just taken height from Charlie and his duo.
Yeah, but what's happened here? So, okay, look, so we have Stretched and Saf playing the high ground now. It's sort of reminiscent of what we used to see Saf do with Zay many seasons ago, right? Obviously, Saf is a duo FNCS winner, and so now he knows how to dominate from this position, and so it'll be interesting to see whether they have that composure to be able to hold this high ground out for the rest of the game. On the other hand, though, right, we have Day and Clicks, who were so dominant last game, picking up so many eliminations from that mid ground, then dropping to low and picking up even more there. I'm going to be looking to replicate that as well now. Look, Clicks has so many chunk splashes that if it comes to it, they could even play for some sort of a heal off here. So looking really good for these guys.
Absolutely. Clicks does have 3 eliminations as well, alongside his duo that has 1, which is 4 total, but looks like Stretched is losing HP to fall damage here as they're getting contested for high ground. Only 10 HP, that's 1 zone tick. He has to get out of this situation or he's gonna get eliminated in Storm. Saf and Stretch are deciding whether they should keep height or go down to the low ground, and there it is. They get back onto Straw Hat Charlie, manages to get 1 knock. Now it's a 1v2, but Clicks is back there in the zone. Be careful, he might come back, get a little bit of action on Stretch, but he does have that RPG. Stretch and Saf have to decide if they want to battle that high ground or play it for the mid ground.
Tocata, they have no mats. That's why they were just bouncing around there for a second. And that elimination was so crucial because it gave them the mats that they're going to be able to use to somewhat stay relevant in this game. They pick up the RPG, but no rockets to go with it, so it's practically rendered useless. But they do take out Day now, so that's going to be another important refresh. Stretched looking to find a way to keep these guys in the game. But look who has high ground now, coming from the depths. I said I wanted to see courage from these guys, and look at the courage they've shown. They've come into the end game. They now have high ground and have postured themselves to win a game right now. As a duo, they are going to be able to wipe the teams below them, and all of a sudden, from out the darkness, I don't know how they've done it, but they are looking to take this game.
And not only that, they have 8 eliminations as a duo, an incredible amount in Dreamhack, which is huge with the points you get from eliminations here. Now they're just going to be playing it with the high ground, trying to apply as much pressure as possible and come out on top with the victory royale. We do have Colozo going down. We have Dab getting in there in the 1v2 situation, battling it out on the low ground. Meanwhile, Acorn and Jack just looking for an angle here, Levin, looking for an opportunity to get more eliminations alongside that victory.
And now in a 2v1, Aviv goes down, so it's going to be Acorn and Jack versus Rise. Rise below, really and truly, he does not stand much of a chance. He's going to have to hit some crazy shot, but they have this situation under control. They know where he is now, and taking the edits, taking the shots, and winning the game. Acorn and Jack, do not count these guys out.
And it's still going to be Day and Clicks up on top. They were able to get 6 eliminations in that last game, as well as 6th place placement there. Stretch and Saf are going to be in 2nd place. Djinn and Agers move up into 3rd. Kanata and Macwood still holding strong in 5th place. And now we have a new team in 5th. It's Zucky and Chucky.